Mantellian Savrip is in the DorkLair. Welcome to another DorkLair collecting video. Today I'm taking a break from the action figures and looking at a vinyl statue from X Plus Studios. This is the Mantellian Savrip from the Holochess game known as Dejarik in the Star Wars universe. And in the EU, the Mantellian Savrip actually got expanded beyond just the chess game and is supposed to be like a semi-sentient kind of barbaric sort of lizard man creature, and was, part of some stories in the EU that I'm not super familiar with. I just kind of looked it up on Wikipedia. The X Plus statue is actually designed to be in scale with the Holochess piece, not necessarily in scale with what the monster would be. So, if you had that Holochess board in front of you, this would actually be roughly the same size as the, I believe, as the models they used for that scene. In the universe, this guy is roughly, I guess, like 13 feet tall, which if you put him next to, so he's about 7 to 8 inches tall. So if you put him next to a 3 3/4 figure, you're talking about being roughly in scale. So if 8 inches equals 13 feet, then, 3 3/4 inches equaling 6 feet puts them roughly in the same scale. So if you're in universe, then this thing is pretty much in scale with your 3 3/4 figures, which is kind of neat. I like that. But it's also kind of large enough to be just basically a monster for any collection that you have. Like if you have a Mythic Legions collection or anything like that, that's where I have mine. I have mine on the shelf with some Mythic Legion stuff. But it's a really nice figure, so let's take a look at the Sculpted Details. So this guy is all one piece, all one formed statue. There is like a flap down here that I think might be like a glued on piece. But for the most part, it's all one solid piece. It does not move. You do not have to assemble it or anything like that. So pretty straightforward statue. The look of it is really nice with lots of different paint applications on here. And the sculpting is just really intricate and very lizard-like and very realistic in that. And then it also has like this outfit on. It almost feels like a gladiator in an arena, which makes sense considering it's battling other creatures in the Holochess game. So yeah, and then basically what would be like a metal belt sculpted on there as well. Getting into the face, you can see that the eyes are a little glossier and they have a faded color to that red in there. Looks really, really nicely detailed. The teeth are amply frightening, and inside the mouth is painted as well. You can see his tongue a little bit in there. It's kind of hard to get close-ups with this thing because it's so big. But you can see like the fabric texturing sculpted in lots of different colors, giving it a faded and weathered and worn look to the fabric. Different types of scales. So you have like his flesh here, and then he has almost like a shell armor top of his head, on his thighs, and then he's got sandals on, wrapped around, again, sort of gladiator style. He's got a stamp on his foot right there. It's official Lucasfilm 2018. The other one of these that they made is the Kenton Strider, which is the guy that he body slams. He has like a hammer, like a rounded off sort of hammer, and it's the one he body slams. I don't have that one yet. They did have prototypes for the entire chess game, but these are the only two that they've released yet. These came out, I think, in the middle of 2018. So we'll see if they put any more out. I'm not sure how successful this line has been off the start. One thing I will point out about mine, and I don't know if they're all like this, but mine doesn't stand flat-footed. And I know that this back foot is supposed to be at an angle, but it's supposed to be flat on there. But when I put it flat on there, the other foot is angled. So it's almost like this leg got sculpted just out of the in the wrong angle slightly. So his foot is even more tiptoed. And it's not that big a deal, but what happens is it makes it a little like topply, like it's going to wobble over if you shake the shelf. So if I were to shake this desk, it could wobble over. Not too bad though. And just to give a little bit of a size comparison so you can see how well this thing scales with the 3 3/4 figures. So here's Bosk representing the original trilogy, and of course Bosk is probably a little bit of a kindred soul with the lizard creature. And then from Rebels era, we have Fen Rao, who's a little shorter than I think the usual figures. From the prequel era, a Galactic Marine, and from the EU, we have an Evo Trooper. So you can get a sense of how it scales. It looks really good with these guys. You know, like his hand could probably grab like a stormtrooper over here and hold him like that. So yeah, it would be a pretty cool display to have him set up beating up on your 3 3/4. This is sort of like a one-off figure for me. I don't plan on collecting this line, even if they go forward with it. This is probably the only one I'll get, unless I find, you know, maybe that Kenton Strider on a deal or a discount, something like that. But so let me know in the comments below. Do you ever buy any just like one-offs just to experiment and check it out, like just a random thing from a line that you don't plan on collecting, or do you just stick straight with your own collection and really focus on completing a line or really filling out the ranks of a specific, you know, 3 3/4 or 6-inch line or anything like that? Thanks for watching. Be sure to check out my other videos, like my review of the SH Figuarts Obi-Wan Kenobi from Revenge of the Sith. Check out the DorkLair Collecting Podcast. On our recent episode 79, we went over lots and lots of Toy Fair news. And until next time, may the Force be with you. DorkLair!